Bro, I don't know where to start.
Exactly. It was like fully rushed. Like I'm so hyped after watching the race. I was standing like most of the laps. I was literally standing. It was literally one of the most interesting race this season,
Yes,
and I feel it was one of the most interesting races in like last 2 years as well. It was amazing.
definitely. It's been like just Max every single race, and I've been posting Max Verstappen stories every single race. Damn, bro, it was such a big switch in like last maybe what 8, 9 races. We had different winners.
Yeah.
Luckily, some interesting stuff going on, and oh my god, you don't know who's gonna win the next race as well. So
Yep.
that's fun.
And in this race, we had like four different race leaders, and none of them was Max Verstappen. So
Yeah, oh my god, yeah.
that says it
Damn,
all,
that
in
was
my
just
opinion.
crazy.
Yeah,
That's
amazing,
crazy, yeah.
amazing.
I don't remember last time something like that happening. Maybe in 2020 when Red
Yeah,
Bull and Mercedes was actually fighting for
yes,
podiums, and it was like toe to tip to toe. What do you call it?
yeah,
It was
yeah.
crazy.
I mean,
So where should we begin?
of
Basically, I don't know where to start it from.
of course, we'll start with the big win, man. Lewis winning the Grand Prix after
Yes,
such a long time,
I
like the biggest
making
news.
a new world record.
Yep.
9 wins on a single track.
Yeah. Like, amazing. His biggest win so far. I mean, he never got so emotional, and to see him there back on the podium, it was absolutely amazing. Like the top
After
stuff.
2 years, right? He won a Grand Prix.
Yup.
See,
It's,
2.5 years or something.
yeah.
The commentator says after 900 days or something like that.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while.
Ah, crazy.
And
Cool.
people comment down there that, see, these guys are having an F1 podcast and they don't even have their stats right. But
See,
uh,
that's where we started. We are just two normies talking about F1. We don't know much about F1. We are just here to talk about F1. If you like it, if you like it. If you don't like it, it's all good with us. We're
yeah,
just here to have some fun.
and also it goes without saying, we are not scripting any of this. It's going to be
Yeah,
unfiltered, and we are keeping everything. So yeah,
that's as much raw as we can keep it.
absolutely,
Cool.
absolutely. No, but
So
absolutely
yeah, what's
amazing. I
up
mean,
with Mercedes? What do you think in general?
are they back? Yeah, I feel so. They are back. Yeah, I mean, two consecutive wins. When was the last time that happened? Again, we have to get our stats straight, but it's been such a long time seeing them on top of the podium. It was so amazing from a Russell
Yes.
win. And in fact, this weekend also, Russell did such an amazing job. He was on pole. He could have easily been on the podium if not for the retirement. Like, I feel really bad for, like, it's such a, good and bad for Mercedes. One guy winning the race, other was retired. But
Yeah.
amazing race. And like,
Yes.
really, that's where they belong. They have been on top every time. So it's good to see
True.
Mercedes
I
back.
it's just Russell. He's been very consistent uh, since a long time, and he's like outperforming Hamilton as well on the same note. But again, whenever it comes to like pushing for like a win, he
Yeah.
chokes.
Yes.
That's the reality. He chokes.
The thing.
So even when the rain started, he just went wide and he gave like so much grip. Basically, he sort of made a proper perfect line for Lewis Hamilton. So
Yeah, that's
he
that.
got the position. He just left it right open for it. So
That's
yeah,
where the experience comes in. Jeremy Clarkson was there on the opening ceremony as well. Like, Martin Brundle on the grid wall asked him the question, and he literally said that if it rains today, it's going to be either Fernando or it's going to be Lewis winning this race. So this is where the
right.
experience comes in, the wet races. So it
Yes.
was like the moment it started raining, Lewis was like on, like, exactly back of George. Like in the beginning,
Yeah,
from beginning itself, he never lost the DRS, so it was pretty good and consistent. But
that's true.
then he took the chances right when it got wet. And
But I felt it the same thing. सेम चीज हो गई उसके साथ भी क्योंकि लाइक जब वो आगे निकला वैसे ही नॉरिस उसके पीछे सेम लाइन पे आ गया
Yeah,
So again, the same thing.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
just what Hamilton did to Russell, same thing happened with Hamilton.
yeah.
Norris did the exact same thing because he was finding a proper line for
Yep,
Norris.
yep,
So
yep.
as soon as he was on the right track, he got the grip. He
Yep.
knows when to brake, when to accelerate. Everything was like right in front of him. So he got
And
the position right after that.
that's the beauty of this race. No, so much happened. Like so much
Yeah,
happened.
but
That was
I
so
felt
interesting. Like
Russell,
yeah,
man, like
yeah.
he could have picked it up. Like once he lost one position, भाई आना यार वापस आना ट्रैक पे क्यों नहीं है लाइक एक पोजीशन गई है देन यू हैव द सेम थिंग यू हैव द सेम स्ट्रेटजी लाइक आगे वाला बंदा तेरे को ट्रैक करके दे रहा है कि ये वाला टर्न परफेक्ट यहाँ से ले सकते हैं
Right.
hey you have to break oh man what is this what's just wrong with him man
I agree. I agree.
yeah
I think he is not used to the wins, but he needs to get used to it. Like
right
that
that's
that
there for sure
that is a very good segue to McLaren actually, because I was actually going through the Sky Sports F1 podcast, and one
okay
interesting thing that I got from there was like, yeah, Matt was asking Natalie Pinkman, I guess, that do you think McLaren did not like win the race because they were the fastest. Everybody knows that
yes for
McLaren were
sure yeah
faster, and they could have easily been 1-2 with the strategy. And okay, we can just mute that, but they
it's all
they
18% hit I guess here I'll have to
yeah.
do some work in editing to keep it up
Yes. So they did not do well with the strategy. And the
it's
question was it because they were not used to winning? Like they have been consistently on the back. And now they have the fastest car, but they do not have the experience of winning. And that really hit me. I
yes
mean,
I feel like double stacking was needed there. Like
yeah,
the pit strategy, double stack would have been a great advantage. And Oscar was like doing an amazing job. ये बंदा like हर race में perform कर रहा है, कभी disappoint नहीं करता है यार, क्या बंदा है.
he
Like
lost.
he's the one of the newest drivers on the grid, and man, every time he's on the track, he's like giving his like all best. So
He lost
that's there.
20
Double
seconds.
stacking would have been like a perfect strategy, and like Norris saying at the end, के, नहीं, it would have been a loss of time but again, I feel Mercedes did what they could and they were like on point.
Yeah, yeah.
So they nailed it.
See that's where the experience comes, right? Like Mercedes have been like 7 times world champion, 8 times world champion,
True.
but they have been consistently there. So they have the strategy, they have the experience, and that's where what McLaren is lacking. But other than that, McLaren has been perfect. Like their driver lineup is locked up. They are pretty fast right now. The upgrades that they brought, and to be
Yes.
fighting up there with Red Bull, and coming from the last season's beginning when we were literally comparing Mercedes with a tractor, like if you saw the
Right.
memes and all, it's
yes.
absolutely amazing. I think they'll get there. Like the driver lineup is amazing, everything is great. And when we look back, obviously they should have double stacked because Oscar lost like 20 seconds. But at the time what happened was like between Russell and Hamilton there was some gap. I don't know the exact number, but between
Right.
Norris and Piastri it was just 0.5 seconds. So double
Okay.
stacking
So
would
they
have,
could have lost like 3 seconds over there. But
yeah,
overall, man, like the whole lap, it's going to cost him maybe like 15, 20 seconds in
yeah,
general.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
the rest of the grid is like way too quick.
yeah,
So
yeah. Oscar
better for
lost his race there because in the end he was like gaining so much on Norris as well as on Lewis that he could have definitely been on the podium. I'm sorry. Yeah.
yeah. No worries. Yeah, I feel like we are no one to comment on this. It's just our personal opinions here. But yeah, like over there, it's just like a different vibe. Like
Yeah,
सब कुछ
yeah,
instant हो रहा होता है.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
you don't know what's going on,
The
right?
margins are
So
pretty thin. But here's
like look at Ferrari.
yes, yes, yes.
Whenever it comes to strategy, just
Strategy,
look at
yeah,
Ferrari. Like
Ferrari.
perfect example. They are on strategy F, J. They're just on another level.
Ferrari is just crazy, man. Like,
True.
Charles literally used up all his luck in Monaco. Like, he used all of it, like, together, and that's it. Like, from there, it was just a downfall for him. Like, really bad, really bad.
I'm just imagining Charles हर एक मंदिर में जा रहा है कैसे pray करके
Please, please,
एक
please,
कलश
luck
हटा दो मेरे
वापस दे
ऊपर
दो.
से.
Yeah, it would have been better if I did not won Monaco and consistently been on the podium on the next. But
Yeah,
nay,
that's
that was an epic race in itself. Like, even though it
yeah.
was like literally the most boring race in terms of overtakes and everything, but like seeing him win that finally, it was good. But
Yes.
yeah, let's stick to the British Grand Prix right now.
Oh damn.
And
Yeah, it's
yeah,
going to be like this. We're switching from places here and there.
yeah,
That's the beauty of F1, right?
yeah, that's the beauty. That's the beauty.
You cannot just stick to one place. I have to
Yes.
beat this one as well.
Yeah, I mean, one last thing I need to discuss about McLaren is, of course, the double stacking was one thing, but the choice of tires at the last, that is the one thing that
Hmm.
lost Norris's win. Like,
Right.
they asked him whether he should go on a
Go for
soft
soft or
or
medium.
medium.
Yeah. And he
But
was like, just give me anything. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, these decisions are to be taken by the team itself. Like between slick
Right.
and wet, that is something that driver should be the one taking the decision because that's the grip thing. But here the strategy impacts a lot. Like Oscar was so fast because they had the new mediums, and Mercedes did not
Right.
have any new mediums, so they did not have any options but to go for the use soft. So
Right.
with McLaren, if they had pitted for the new medium, then he would have absolutely needed it. But it worked out
Yeah.
so well for Lewis because he was on soft,
In the
and
long run.
yeah, I mean Max was on new hard. So like between the fight between Max and Norris,
Norris.
Lewis had some
Yeah. He
breathing
just kept on
space.
pushing
Yeah,
towards
he
the
had
win. Yeah.
some breathing
Definitely.
space. So yeah, I
Yeah,
mean
at the end, I was a bit scared as well
yeah,
because like
yeah.
the gap was like closing down a bit, and I was like, this guy's on hards and still chasing Hamilton down like so quickly. But he didn't have much time left. Maybe like 2 or 3 more laps, and Max would have
Yes,
overtaken him for sure.
everybody was scared, even Toto was scared, but like Lewis said on the radio, just let it be, just keep it on me. And he used all his
Yeah, it's his
experience.
time.
It was amazing. Like proper racecraft is what we saw there. It was amazing, amazing.
True,
Yeah.
legend for a reason.
So with Ferrari, Carlos Sainz was on his own race. Like he was having his own race. Like he had a lot of time ahead, like in the back as well. So
Back as well, yeah.
he went for the fastest lap and got it, which was good. But obviously, we expect more from Ferrari. But we say this at the same time we have three teams fighting for the top as well. So that's
Hmm.
interesting as well. But
That's
yeah,
there. And Ferrari, it's a downward curve for them as well, right? And like Ferrari, they went with some good upgrades. They were up there fighting with Red Bull, McLaren, Mercedes. Mercedes was not in the game all along, but now they are back. But yeah, with Ferrari, they just got some good upgrades. They were good for a few races, and
yep,
then it's been like they're constantly just, I
yep,
would say, stuck at the same position, and the gap between them and the next team, which is what Aston Martins and Haas,
yep,
uh, it's way too drastic. I feel so. There's going to be a gap in every single race between them
yeah.
and Ferrari.
Ferrari is still at second place in the constructors championship, and
That's there
McLaren.
because of the good start.
Yeah,
Yes, for
yeah.
sure.
So McLaren is catching up, and this is actually good for Red Bull because since there is a lot of fight going beneath them, so they have some breathing
Yeah,
space up there. By Perez is performing at its worst, so this
right.
is good for Red Bull that at least these things are working in their favor. But I feel
Yes.
like if this continues, we'll definitely have a competition at the top for
Hmm.
constructors championship.
True.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that actually brings us to one more important thing. Science moving to which team?
yeah, that's going to be debated until he announces one. Like so
And
many
there have been
opinions.
rumors
Yeah, 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 so
uh,
many rumors.
with Mercedes again. Like it
Yeah,
stopped for a while and then it started up
yeah, yeah,
again.
yeah, yeah.
What's going on?
It has
Seriously.
sparked again after the British Grand Prix, right? Like,
Yeah,
and we are seeing so many posts regarding
and
this.
he's been consistent. That's a thing. Like for
Yeah,
Leclerc, it's like up there, then down, and
yeah,
it's like a wave, basically you can say. But Yeah, Carlos Sainz is doing like amazing job. He's like outperforming Leclerc in so many races too. Obviously there are like good questions like there, like man, just end up with a good team. Like you
Yeah.
need to be there.
The biggest thing here is like he was the only guy who won other than Max, other than Red Bull last season, you know. So
Oh
Singapore,
damn,
yeah. So
yes. That's
that
the
that
one more important reason.
that is like the biggest reason. And yeah, he after removing his appendix, he won again. So that is that. It's definitely I mean, seeing him in Williams or in Haas or something, it would look like feel really bad, you know, for him. He
Yeah.
deserves one of the top teams. So, and I think that is why he hasn't announced anything yet. He's just waiting and being
Hmm.
patient if something opens up at the top. So let's see. But at the same time, Kimi Antonelli won the F2 race in the same weekend.
Right.
So there is that. So it's just very
Sure.
interesting to look like the tribal lineup where everything would shuffle. But like,
Yeah, team is just indecisive about picking a new driver or the experienced one.
yup.
So maybe that's the reason.
But yeah, I mean, it is so ironic, you know, seeing like Lewis win this race and like seeing Ferrari where it is right now and him moving to Ferrari next season. Like,
Oh my god,
uh,
yeah. He's looking at
it's-
the car. He's like, oh my god, I'll be sitting in that car next year.
so many memes came up for this, you know, like Lewis
Oh
jumping the
man.
fence and he was like going to the Ferrari headquarters to take back the contract.
But
So
I feel every legend driver has been in Ferrari once, right?
it's
So
the dream. He
I feel
admitted he has never not admitted that he wants to go there. Like even before, whenever he was asked in the interview, he always said, "Yeah, Ferrari has always been one of the dream." I mean, come on, like the
okay.
red car it pops up
The red
like
car.
every like everyone in the paddock is going black to save like few grams of weight here and there. But Ferrari, no, they are stick, and I hope they do like throughout the years because
Yeah.
that's so iconic. You
Yeah,
know,
the carbon
seeing
fiber.
seeing them on the track, it's so iconic. Even though it is at the back, like Ferrari being lapped, that was really crazy. You know, seeing both the one of the Red Bulls and one of the Ferraris, like lapping the other two cars,
He-
like
yeah,
Perez and
that's
Leclerc both were at the back.
man.
So it's crazy.
Damn, what's going on with Red Bull? Like, I don't know. What's going on with Sergio Perez? We should start with there,
Yeah,
actually. So,
Sergio Perez. I don't know.
outperforming like Max, basically, Max is outperforming Perez in every single race. This guy is like up there. Not even Logan Sargent is outperforming him. I
Yeah.
mean, like, you
Hul-
have the best car on the grid, bro. What are you doing?
Hulkenberg had scored more points in the last six races than Perez. Like tells you everything, you know.
Yeah,
Hulkenberg
and Christian
literally.
Horner is saying the same freaking thing, that he is like, sometimes he's like, okay, he's our next driver, and then again something comes up and like people are doubting on him, so you'd be
I
like,
mean,
okay, नहीं यार अभी हम अगर वो परफॉर्म नहीं करेगा तो हम निकाल देंगे ऐसा, like he's here and there, like
yeah.
कोई कहीं का
The
सगा नहीं है वो किसी का.
नहीं the moment
ऐसा
he
होता
was
है.
announced, like the moment he announced कि contract sign हो गया तभी से the downward curve has started. Like even before that, one of the races,
Right.
it's like very down. And Christian Horner said that he thought कि एक बार अगर contract sign हो गया, then I think he'll get more confidence and he'll be, you know, more consistent at the top. But उल्टा हुआ. And
But it just turned out the other way for them.
so
बंदा आराम से Q3 में ही बाहर हो गया कि चलो हो गया मेरा टाइम, मैं जा रहा हूँ, मैं सोने जा रहा हूँ.
So I did my research, like not the research, but basically consuming a lot of content.
Right.
So only reason that comes up like why they have kept Paris is because of all the South American sponsors that he is bringing with him.
Yeah, and Mexican fans in
Yeah,
general. Yeah,
Mexican
he's
fans.
huge over there.
Yeah, and like Red Bull in particular, Red Bull has a huge market in South America. So as a
Hmm.
team as well, like he's bringing a lot of sponsors and it is giving them a lot of advertising. So it's purely from business perspective. But I don't know. They have Otherwise, if you can look at their history, Albon and Gasly, they have just,
Yeah, I mean, they have
they,
been very strict about the second seat.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
if you're
So
not performing, you don't deserve to be there. And like there are always like new talented people. Someone's out there who's going to outperform you. So why not just switch to them?
yeah, I mean, it would have been really easy for Ricardo to get Perez's seat if he had performed, but he's not performing at his best, so they are confused. Otherwise,
रिकार्डो इज लाइक तुम मुझे उंगली करके देखो तभी मैं परफॉर्म करूंगा फिर एक दिन परफॉर्म करेगा फिर बाद में गायब हो जाएगा पूरे सीजन के
exactly,
लिए
exactly. I mean, that was the reason why he was brought into the team, right? Target was
Right.
never for him to stay in RB or V Cup. It was to move up to the bigger team, but he just did not perform. So now there are rumors for Liam Lawson as well. Like Samarthak,
Yes, he's doing good. Yeah, that's there.
if Perez does not perform, then they might replace him with Liam Lawson. But let's see, because right now they are
Cool.
like all the teams are catching up. So abhi tak last season mein it was not an issue, but now it is a big issue because when Max is not like at the top, they want him to help him, right? Like in all the ways possible,
Yeah,
strategy
like
wise.
one man pushing the whole cart.
Yeah,
It's like that situation. कि like
yeah,
एक बंदा like up there, like he's scoring like 25 points. The other one is like scoring zero. So the whole team scores only 25, while the other team, even if they are like second and third on the podium, they score more than Max. So overall, the team standing goes
yep.
here and there. So it's better to have like two drivers, at least even performing like in top five,
Yeah,
scoring
yeah,
some points, keeping
exactly.
the team out.
And
That will be
like
nice.
there is a lot of strategy at play here. If he is in top five, he can like slow down and piche walo ko he can keep at back and all that. So there is like team
Yeah,
strategy. Right now, all they are using him is for just testing the tires. Is बार भी वही हुआ. He was put on the
yeah,
new hards and he tested it, and then Max was put on the same.
yeah. Sergio Perez is called as the magician of tires. I don't know if you know about
He
this.
was also called the
So
king of street as well, but yeah,
true,
I mean,
true.
this is not worthy enough. I feel like to have the best team.
All right, enough of Sergio Perez. What do you think about Max?
Max, like pure beast, man. Like first of all, to see him so helpless, like when Piastri and Norris both were passing by, it was so strange to me. Like, oh, like we are not used to that, right? Since last 2 years, we have
And
not seen
for the
him
first
pass.
time, I saw him like giving him his
Yeah,
position. He's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"जाओ भाई." अब मैंने
Jao
कहा ये
boy.
क्या हुआ? ये कैसे हो सकता है possible? Max fight नहीं कर.
Yeah, yeah. That was
That
really.
is so weird.
But at the same time, what he gained at the end, like from tire strategy, like he made the call that now it's the time to go back to slick, and now it's the time to go to wets, everything.
Yeah,
And at the end, he like made up so well. So that was pure racecraft and pure talent. It was not the car, like the car was
yeah.
not as
इंसान नहीं है
good.
वो AI है. ऐसे ही बोल सकता हूँ मैं उसको.
Yeah, robot, man. But yeah, again, this is so much good for the F1. Like what we are seeing right
Right,
now, it's absolutely amazing.
that's true.
Yep.
Cool.
So
So yeah, not much to talk about Max Verstappen here.
yeah,
Just an amazing beast.
yeah,
That's it.
absolutely,
But
absolutely.
do you think like he's going to perform in the next race? I feel McLaren is still going to outperform Red Bull. Like
Yeah.
I feel
So
that.
the Hangara ring, it's like lot different than the this Silverstone, and I feel
Yes, yes.
like some people are speculating the Ferrari might even perform good there. So,
Oh, okay.
but for Red Bull, it has always been consistent throughout all the tracks. So no matter what
Right.
variable you throw at them, they have been good. But yeah, right now we are not seeing the same thing. But
Yeah, as a team, Red Bull is like very competitive and they
yeah,
don't mess up with the strategy. They are like very straightforward with it
yeah,
and it's always on point.
yep,
While on the other side, Ferraris, no
yeah,
comments.
yeah. No comments.
Enough memes have been made,
Yeah,
enough words have been
yep, yep, yep. But
said.
let's see. It would be interesting. That's all. Like next race is going to be
True.
as interesting as this one. So
Right.
that's good.
Yeah, and there's enough gap, so people and most of the teams are going to do some major changes too. So you never know. Ferrari might be the best team. for the next race. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, that's let's hope.
They might be the fastest on the grid. I'm not talking about the strategy, but they might
Yeah.
be the fastest on the grid.
Yeah, that is something that we can expect, yeah, from now. But I mean, I really want to see Leclerc back on the top. So let's
Yes.
hope he does something. And
Yeah.
like, it's not on him. It's basically the team. Like they need to sort the
Hmm.
things out. Like it's
Yeah, and seeing Haas
yeah,
scoring points and Leclerc not scoring
Hulkenberg.
points. Oh my god.
That brings us to Hasman Hulkenberg. Such an like so much happened on top that people are not even appreciating what Hulkenberg just did. It was like P6 in a
Man, I
Has. It was
just
such an
man,
amazing joy, you know. Like everyone's
right.
attention was on the top, so everybody did not
This
look
guy scoring
down.
points is
It's
like he's like
amazing.
P6, I will do it again.
Again, like he is on fire. Hulkenberg is definitely on fire. He should have stayed in Has. I don't know, like he
Right.
is moving to one of the
Till now it's not confirmed, right? It's just one Ollie got one seed, the other seed is still not confirmed.
no, but Hulkenberg is moving to Sabar next year. That is confirmed.
Oh,
Yes. See,
damn, how can I put it?
Normie's
How can I,
reacting.
yeah, it's
Welcome to Lights Out, guys.
yeah, it,
Yeah,
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 this proves that we are not F1 experts.
yeah.
We don't claim to be one.
F1 pundits or else. You know, like
कोई कमेंट में
F1.com.
शुरू हो जाएगा कि भाई कुछ पता नहीं है फालतू में बातें कर रहे हैं ये लोग
Uh,
ऐसे ही.
you're feel free to do that, man. But amazing. We are
It's all
just
good.
here to have fun. Basically, guys, what this podcast is, we anyways after the race, we guys used to talk a lot of about F1. So what we decided was let's just put a camera and let's just record this shit and put it out. There might be at least 10 of you guys who might enjoy this, who might, take some value out of it. I don't know. Like you can comment how we can improve and all. But yeah, it's going to be like this forever. Like we'll be unfiltered. It's like
Right.
Shubham is sitting in Canada right now. I'm here in India. It's like past midnight. It's weekday. I have to work tomorrow. But F1 is
Man is
so.
losing his sleep. I just came from work and I'm losing my sleep.
Yes, we both are losing our sleep. But this is something that excites us, and we were like,
Yes.
let's just try this. So we can keep this as well. Like we'll be keeping everything.
Cool. Coming back to Haas, bro. Coming back to
Coming back
Haas.
to
I
us,
feel
yeah. Even Magnus.
Ferrari engine
Yeah, good one.
not working for Ferrari, but for Haas.
Yeah, just like it was a Mercedes engine was working pretty well for Aston Martin and not for them last season. So yeah,
Yeah, it's lots of factors affecting the car, not just the engine. It's too many things. We don't know everything in detail, but yeah,
oh yeah,
engine plays a big role. Yeah, so
yep. I mean, even Magnussen is performing pretty well, from being one of the guys who might have lost out because of gaining so many penalty points. But
hmm,
yeah, now I think he's working well. Even when he got the penalty, he was such a nice teammate. He helped Hulkenberg gain points more than a couple of
right.
times in Saudi Arabia as well. So it was amazing. I mean, Magnussen is doing well. Hulkenberg is doing well. Haas is such an
Nice.
amazing. Where are they in the
Yeah, good
constructors
points for
championship?
them. They are like fighting with the
Yes.
mid tier now back in the game. Instead of being at the bottom of the table, they are just somewhere in middle.
Yep, they are.
That's their. I think that's what their goal was, right?
Yeah, they are seventh right now with 27 points. Like they are way ahead of Alpine in eighth with just 9 points. So they have secured that
Okay.
seventh place, and they are just like 4 points behind RB. So amazing,
Okay. So
absolutely amazing.
the major competition is between them and RB, I
Yeah,
would say.
yeah. I mean, things are
Right.
going to move
Even they close up
tougher.
to Aston Martin, right? Do you think that it's
Yeah.
possible?
Yes. Let's hope like this time Aston scored double points. So to see them
Hmm.
back again. Like they are sitting at 68 points, which is way ahead of RB as well. So I think Aston right
Hmm.
now at fifth place, it's like very much on their own, like no competition ahead or behind. But let's see
Right.
what goes on ahead.
वो अलग ही अपने रेस कर रहे हैं, आगे भी 20 सेकंड का गैप है, पीछे भी
हाँ
20 सेकंड का गैप है।
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, definitely not where they want to be, but with all the investments coming in, like we can hope that they gain
Hmm.
something. But the problem is they were like amazing last year at the start of the season, but everybody has caught up. But they did not bring any upgrades. Like they have been bringing upgrades, but those upgrades are actually downgrades. So,
Yes,
uh,
yes, definitely.
but they're
While other teams are moving forward, they are just like,
yeah.
it's a big downward curve for them, because last year they were like second, kahan se kahan, like ekdam
Yeah,
bahut
yeah,
bada jump kiya
consistently
ye
on the
log.
podium. Like Fernando
Yeah,
was
like I
like
was
on
so happy,
fire. Yeah,
Fernando bro,
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
legend.
Amazing, amazing, amazing.
वो फायर गायब हो चुकी है ब्रो उसमें से,
हाँ,
पता नहीं क्या कर रहा है यार,
Lance is
एकदम वो एकदम पूरा स्लो
outperforming.
डाउन हो गया वो.
Yes,
हाँ, लांस आउट परफॉर्म कर रहा है. I
exactly,
could have never imagined कि Lance would be outperforming Fernando like in
exactly,
any race. I can never imagine that.
exactly,
And
exactly.
like, this is just a big shock.
I think
I
he's
think
just.
I think स्ट्रोल के क्या कहते हैं, जो कंफर्मेशन हुई है नेक्स्ट
हाँ
ईयर की सीट, उसकी वजह से हो सकता है.
हाँ हो सकता है but even before that he has been performing well this season and I never thought I'll be saying this ever कि Lance is performing better just like you are in shock exactly but पता नहीं I think Fernando he is like disappointed with the car he has lost the fire I don't know like just like we love seeing Lewis on top seeing Fernando back
Yeah,
would have been such an amazing last year it was
I
the
think
hope
होगा. I think it will be there soon.
let's hope man
Yeah.
like last year we were like so much striving कि एक बार उसको win आ जाए like people would be going
हाँ,
crazy because it would be even
crazy.
bigger
Yes,
than the
yes,
Lewis
yes.
win you know because
Lewis
different
win.
difference between his
Way,
last
way, big,
win
big
and
gap. Yeah.
yeah it's going to be a big gap like even if he gets pole that's going to be amazing but right now
Yeah.
since like all of the other teams are doing so well this is something that I think it's very hard but let's hope because
Ah,
next season is just going to be a continuation of this season like all of the teams are right now working on the 26 car of or the
26
new
cars already
yeah, yeah.
already started. Yeah.
So we cannot expect huge gaps next
Hmm.
season but that's also a good thing
Ex-
since right now the grid is closing up so it's also good we might have the best season next year so let's hope
Yes, it would be a tight competition. Yeah. Even this year, it's already been an amazing season. Like, it's more entertaining than any other sports, I would say right now.
so guys
I'm not saying India winning doesn't make me happy, but yeah, it does.
so
But
guys
yeah, this thing is there.
please hit the subscribe button to stay with us for the rest of next season I really thought I would not bring the subscribe thing in the video but
Yes.
right now it is the perfect time to say it you know
Yeah, I
stay
would be saying, hello
subscribed
channel, welcome to my guys.
also hit the bell icon
Oh
oh
man,
man
yeah, we're not gonna do that. We can
no no
we just need some honest reviews
yeah
in the comments, and
yeah
yeah, we'll be good with that. We'll be happy. We'll be just happy that even if it's just one viewer, we'll be happy with that.
yeah I
हाँ.
mean it has to
ये
be
कोई सुन
three
रहा है यार हमारी बातें?
it has to be three viewers, guy, not one. Three. Let's keep it
Oh,
at least three. uh,
two are right here, so
yeah.
yeah, makes
I
sense.
mean, no, I mean that should be three, but
Cool.
hopefully
All right, back to the F1.
back to the F1. Yeah,
Yes. So that brings us to
us too.
what? Aston Martin is done. We talked
Yeah,
about it.
yeah,
Stroll getting the next year's seat is
yeah,
the biggest news of this year.
yeah.
No one
Breaking news.
expected it.
Breaking.
Yeah. The next big news of Stroll I can imagine, and that I cannot predict, is Stroll owning the whole team, Aston Martin, instead of Lawrence Stroll. He's just taking over the team. That could be possible, like the biggest news. But other than that, him getting a seat is, कि
Yeah,
हाँ ये जरूरी भी था क्या पोस्ट करना.
yeah.
ना
It's
ऑब्वियस
like
है.
Karan Johar's nepotism.
Nepotism. that was just right there in my mind.
yeah.
Nepo kid है.
Nepo kid. I
Yeah.
think we can move ahead to RB, the V Carp. So,
Nice. Yeah. RB is just it's again the same thing, just
Roller
like Max and
coaster.
Sergio
Yeah.
Perez. It's like Sunoda up there, Daniel Ricciardo, I don't know.
Yeah.
तब भी
Yeah.
जस्ट उसको पोक करना पड़ता है कि भाई तू परफॉर्म करेगा
हाँ हाँ
करेगा एंड देन
हाँ
हाँ मैं यहीं पे हूँ, मैं अभी
हाँ.
जिंदा हूँ.
Exactly,
And then
exactly.
he'll just start performing. Yeah.
Mm. No, but Sonoda, I think he is having his best season this year. But the problem is
Yeah.
like Horner and all the big boys, Mark and all of them, they are not considering him like as a serious candidate. I don't know why. I mean, there
Oh
have been
yeah.
reasons, but basically, if they were, then I think he is the one deserving the Paris seat right now. Like he's
Hmm.
very much better than Paris in an
Yeah.
RB. So that's one thing. Like,
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Obviously, like RB में perform कर रहा है Sergio Perez का out perform करना, like it's a very big deal. Like it's a shame on Sergio Perez कि like तुम्हारी secondary team तुम out perform करके जा रही है, and जो बंदा second है, he's not even like on the pole right now. He's outlapping you, man. This just feels like,
yeah.
yeah, it just feels bad.
Yeah, we are like a full circle around, and we are back talking about Paris and how bad he is right now. But
Yeah, I mean,
we
like
just can't.
he's one of the biggest talk, I would say, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. In the
being
paddock,
there,
like
up
it's
there, and like not performing. It's
disappointing.
like there are so many people who deserves the seat.
Yeah, yeah,
And like what happened with Gasly, what happened with Albon, just it just breaks my heart every time. Like ठीक है यार, दोनों बंदे नए थे, they deserve that seat ऐसा. तो like इतना जल्दी harsh decision लेके उनको निकाल के
uh,
पेरेस को डाला, and then this guy is just
yeah, yeah,
एक साल पूरा
totally.
परफॉर्म किया, and like he's fighting with the championship, and then again.
And he got a multi-year deal, like not even a single year. It's like he's locked in for
Right.
next year as well. So,
Yes, exactly.
the,
Yes. So I feel Christian Horner would be like कि हाँ हमारे पास तो 3 सीट होती है, हमारे पास रिजर्व ड्राइवर है और हमारे पास 4 ड्राइवर होते हैं, 2 आरबी कैश वाले भी हमारे ही ड्राइवर हैं, सो हम उनको भी ले सकते हैं, वो ऐसे ही आएगा.
I
So
mean, there would be
that's his
some
excuse.
performance related clause in the contract as well. So let's see how it goes. I
Maybe.
mean, summer
Yeah,
break.
it's always there, right?
Yeah, so summer break, tak, we'll have to just watch the space and see what happens.
Hmm. Yeah, and Sunoda, what I felt this year, okay, every year whenever they used to show clips of Sunoda, the
Yeah.
man is just cussing, he's just shouting on mic. This year, I didn't see any of
Yeah,
it.
he's getting matured. Indeed, like that's one thing
So,
that we are
like a
noticing.
good control and aggression, like finally
Yeah.
he's learning.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I
The man
mean,
is just different when it comes outside of the car. He's very, very much fun. Like I saw the combination of Pierre Gasly and him, like being very
yeah,
funny with each other.
yeah,
But yeah, on the car, he's just shouting and like, "What's going on? Like, what's
yeah,
happening?" And just shouting on the engineer. Like,
yeah,
he's
yeah.
not the one person who used to
That
play
was
this
one
stuff.
thing which was keeping him out, like most people did not
Right.
appreciate it because he was very short tempered. But I think after spending this many years in F1, the maturity was likely to come. And once he is clear in his head, right now, banda perform kar raha hai. So that's good.
Right. Yeah, and you cannot say the maturity is about to come. The biggest example is Kimi, the legend.
Yup.
Man, so obviously he's just one कोई Kimi जैसा है नहीं.
Yup, yup. Legend, legend. Chad legend. Yeah, that brings us to Williams, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Albon did well. I think he P9.
Yeah, Albon is just been amazing since last 2 years, man. This guy is just up there,
Yeah,
like he's trying his best.
yep.
But
But
yeah, Williams always has like a curse on the second seat, I would say.
yep, yep, yep. So it's not about the second seat. Also, like Williams are not performing at like the way they were last season because Haas
Right.
and everyone has caught up. So वो एक चीज है कि इस पर they are not consistently getting points. Like Albon is definitely
And
one
it
of
could
the
be the change in the team principle as well. They have been like shifting different team
yeah.
principles again and again, so people are getting used to it. And then again, the driver lineup is being changing,
Yeah, I mean there are
so people are trying to catch up.
budgetary constraints as well. The new team principal
Right.
James Walls, he's doing pretty well. I think he has the
Yeah.
mindset.
Even the last one, I forgot the name, but he was doing an amazing job, like
Yeah,
switching from NASCAR to F1.
yeah.
It's a nice change.
This guy is from Mercedes.
That's-
So I mean, the
Oh, oh
team,
yeah, he was. Yes, he was one
yeah,
of the engineers, right?
yeah. So
Yeah, he's been trained under Toto, so
yeah, I think
that's
it's the
yeah,
budget issue. The biggest issue is the budget, and also like other teams are catching up. So there is that.
right.
Like has his thing. Like this year, initially we all expected Williams to be at where Haas is right now. Has even like said themselves that we are not going to perform very well this season, but look at where they are right now. So it's good.
Yeah,
Then
possible.
we are just left with two of the most disappointing teams this season, which is Alpine and Kick Sauber. So Alpine
Yes,
like started off extremely bad, but now they are getting a few points here
slowly catching
and
up. Yeah,
there. So Gasly has
slowly catching.
been locked up. They are catching up. Like they won't be able to catch up the big boys, not even like top of the midfield, but at least they are scoring some important points. So
Right.
there is that.
Yeah, Alpine is such a nice dream team, like a French
Yeah,
team,
yeah.
two French rivals. It was supposed to be like a perfect harmony,
Ryan
and
Reynolds
like
investing in it just made it like
yes,
thousand times
yes,
better. Yeah,
yes. So like everything is working out except for the race.
yeah, yeah. The car is basically not well. They in fact they have I think decided that instead of making their own engines, they will become a customer team. So
Yeah, it's the car and Ocon, I would say.
yeah, Ocon is it's very
Whenever it
difficult.
comes to the teammate, just this guy's
Yeah,
like, oh, kya karu, kya karu.
yeah, yeah. It's the one of the worst teammates you
Every
can
race, like both of the Alpines are together, and I'm just scared कि यार कोई तो जाएगा रेस से बाहर कोई तो
have.
एक DNF तो आ रहा है आज. So
Yeah,
that's always been there कि like Ocon कहीं पे भी हो उसके अगर team like he would be racing like perfectly fine, he'd be overtaking other teammates, like or not the teammates but like other drivers, he's
yeah,
doing perfectly fine. As soon as he comes to his teammate, okay guys,
yeah,
time for Plan Z.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Totally agree, man. It's crazy with him, but I
Gasly is
think
doing amazing. I feel
Gasly is
he's
doing.
been really good. The pace is there. He's outperforming Ocon in some races. Ocon is outperforming in qualies sometimes as well.
Yeah,
But yeah, Gasly he's good. Like
he's
switching to
good.
Alpine was, I don't know if it was a good move
But
for him.
again,
Like maybe he
sometimes
saw
you don't.
something. But yeah,
Again, like some drivers just don't have options. Right now we are talking about Alpine and Williams, but these are the places that Carlos Sainz might end up in, which is really crazy, right? Like him
yeah,
being a race winner and like being in
and
Ferrari and like seeing
that
him
just
in a Williams, I won't be very comfortable seeing him at the back.
yeah.
But sometimes
You did the same thing. You went back to science.
yeah, I mean, it all circles round, until the
Right.
driver
True.
lineup is locked up. These are the questions that we are going to ask, and
Hmm.
it's true. Like,
Yeah, and like I don't think so. Going to Sauber is a good move. Rather to sit and just chillax, maybe move to Audi later on. Sauber is a good place to be in because,
but
but
yeah,
then again, like there would be questions that science is not performing, and it's not about the driver not performing. It's more about the car as well.
yeah, but
So, like
he
if he goes to Sauber and the car doesn't perform, so
which
it's
it
like doubt,
won't, because it's not performing at all this season, and next
right?
year is
And
going
they're
to be.
not. They have said it clearly, like they're focused on Audi.
Yeah,
So
yeah. But
I
that's the
don't think
thing.
so.
If he wants to move to Audi, then he has to get to the Sauber and he has to have a
Yeah.
shitty year next year. That's for sure. Because that's when the development of the new car is happening. And that's where they
Hmm.
are. He would be required more off track than on track because his experience and all, he'll be able to give important inputs to the engineers and all to, make the car. Let's see, it's
Yeah.
going to be.
I would still say the best two options for him, I feel, what according to me, is either move to Red Bull as a reserve driver. Because being a reserve driver, he's always there. Like if Sergio Perez is not performing, they have the option. They can just switch things up. And Horner is the right person for this, who can do this. Like he's like, bro, It's
But
time. It's been long enough. And the second option is Mercedes.
yeah,
It's right there. Like,
so with Red
why not
Bull,
just
he
buy it?
has had history, like uh, him and Max were teammates in the old
Yeah,
Toro Rosso
being
days.
in the
Yeah, yeah,
yeah
and
Toros. Yes.
there have been like some clashes between them. So that's one of the reasons which is like not allowing, like they are not considering science, but they should definitely consider,
Hmm.
not for the third seat, definitely for the Sergio Perez seat.
Yeah, like for now they need points, man. Like
Yeah,
team rivalry is always going to be there. Do you think like Russell and Hamilton were not going to fight? They were like given open statement that
yeah,
they are free to fight, man. Like,
yeah,
at the start of the race, like it's
yeah,
a very bold to go for,
yeah.
but again,
Just,
like it's always
just,
going to be teammates are always like the biggest competition for you. Like you have to
yeah.
outperform them.
Just keep it clean. That's all they said. Like, just keep it clean.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
And then like again, like whatever the team, whatever the engineer says to you, like okay, you have to give the position, you have to stick with it. Not following what they say, it's going to be like a penalty kind of a thing for them. But yeah,
yep.
science is a good option for Red Bull, to be honest. Like that's the best option, like they should
Yeah,
go for it.
it's either Red Bull or Mercedes. Like Toto, like said in a statement this weekend itself that there might be chance they consider science, but he said that he just have to wait it out, I guess. But I think Toto's mind is fixed with Kime, so I don't think he'll be there. But again, it's such a big question where he will end up. Rumors are everywhere, but let's see. But I agree with you. Red Bull has to be the best seat on the grid for him. And that's the one thing that he was waiting for. In fact, like before Perez contract was announced, he had hopes
Yeah.
that he'll be able
And
to.
that was like a bit of a shock. Like they just gave him a contract very soon.
Yeah, yeah, it
And
was.
as you said, like Christian Horner might want him to get like some sort of confidence and like maybe he would perform. That could be one of the reasons for sure.
They should have at least waited till summer break. After his downward performance in the next half, like the लास्ट हाफ ऑफ लास्ट सीजन दे शुड हैव वेटेड थोड़ा वेट कर लिया होता एटलीस्ट समर ब्रेक तक तो अच्छा रहता ये थोड़ा
Huh. That's where the major changes happen now. Okay, like
या समर ब्रेक इस बार
that's
बट वही
Hamilton.
हुआ लाइक हैमिल्टन
This is
हैमिल्टन
different.
put the domino started like way
Yeah.
before like this season is so good like before even the season started we had like all the
Like,
dominoes
shallow
following
bye guys. Tata Mercedes. It's time.
yes such a big news like oh my
Yeah.
god everybody went crazy and like the
Yeah, it
social
just came out of
media came out of nowhere like
pura
and
sab gira diya.
first day it was rumor and next day it was announced officially and rumor
Yes, right away. Like
yeah and even the rumors
kya
came
hua
from like
ye?
really good like reliable sources so it was but still even though the sources were so reliable everybody was like no this cannot happen this might not be true मतलब कोई
Right.
it was very much a shocker like even
And
after
again, it's very very much the thing now. Okay, like at the start of the season, Ferrari was doing amazing.
yeah
So he might not have a doubt on him, doubt on the
yeah
team, right? At that time, he's like,
yeah
okay, these guys are doing an amazing job. Maybe they can outperform Red Bull next year. So why not give it a
yeah
gamble?
but again like with all the changes that's happening right now on the grid like you never know like at the end of the season we might have the story might have flipped we don't know it totally depends on the track and everything but
Right.
one thing is for sure Ferrari has to get their strategy together and now even McLaren has to work on their strategy to consistently win on top so that
Right.
two things.
Yeah. So what do you think for the next race? Like top three, what would that be for you?
Okay, for me the predictions would be I would say okay, this would be interesting. Like, I feel like we already have six winners, but I think we have one more to go this season, and that's Piastri.
Yes, yes. Thank you for saying that. Yes,
Yeah,
that one deserving seat, man.
yeah. So I think like he will come back stronger this weekend, and he'll be
Yes,
on top. Just that
right.
the team has to support him more than like
True.
they have to treat both the drivers equally. This time, I feel like they
Right.
sacrificed him in favor of Norris. But if
Yes.
everything is on point, I think he has a chance of win. Even like
Yes.
last season, he was the
Dusty.
only other
Come on, bro.
guy.
You have, yes. He deserves, like, I was so rooting for him. Like, before the race, we actually had a call, right? And we said, like, if Hamilton wins, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah,
That was my prediction. And it actually, I don't know, somehow it went
yeah,
right. And
yeah,
I was still hoping that Piastri, man, maybe he can win this one as well. It would be amazing too.
yeah. You.
Maybe next
I remember you predicted both the McLaren on top, and there was this
stop.
time
Yeah.
when both the McLaren were like 1-2, and I was like, yeah,
Oh,
I'll be
it's
calling
happening. It's
Shubham
happening.
after this, and like if he had batted like it, he would have won some good bucks, you know. Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, in my head, it's like the Michael Ross thing. It's happening, guys. It's happening.
Yeah, it's happening. It's happening. No, it was great. Like I mean, he was one of the only guys other than Sainz to win one of the races, even though it was not a Grand Prix. It was a sprint race that he won last year.
Right.
But yeah, he has the talent for sure. So it would be great to
Yes.
see him win. So I would say it would be Piastri, Max Verstappen, and let's say
Yes. That's
Hamilton.
that's a tough one.
I would say Hamilton because after the rush that he had, he'll have some
Yeah.
energy and juice in his head. Like
Right.
he'll work really hard.
Maybe, yeah, possible.
But that's like something that I want to happen. But ideally, my what will happen is Max would win next race for sure. Like he has not won since two races, and this is so weird to see him not
Yes.
win two
Yes. Yes.
races
Yes.
consecutively. So I'm sure he'll be back on top
Yeah. And
next.
it's good long time for Red Bull to be back.
Yeah,
They have like enough time, like 2 weeks is good enough for them.
yeah.
So I feel they might push it back.
Yep. They just need Paris to work out a bit, you know. But
Yeah, that's true. Let's see what happens in the next one.
yeah. Yeah, this was good. Like we guys, so we have not yet worked on our outro, so I'll just go ahead and keep it
Yeah, it's
neat.
this is all being very, very unprofessional and very unplanned.
But
And as we said like earlier, it was more of a call between just two F1 normies and turning into like just a thought of making it as a podcast. This guy Pruthvi is like behind me, like, oh, why not we do this? Why not? Why don't we do this? Okay,
yeah,
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 we can do that. We think very alike, I would say,
yeah. We are wearing
and
the
just
same
worked out.
t-shirts right now.
Yeah,
This
like
was not
winning is
planned again. Again, this was not planned.
not
But
planned.
yeah, I mean, this was fun. Like the whole point was to have fun, and yeah, if you have stuck till now, it's like 56 minutes or something right now, 50 minutes.
Yes.
Thank you very much for sticking so far. Hopefully, we'll see you guys again on our next video. And please stick with us. The next videos are going to be much better, much more planned. I mean, it will always be unfiltered and unscripted, but you know, I'll be buying some gears and we'll have some mics and everything. But right now, it's as raw as it can get. And yes, we are going to put it on YouTube no matter what we feel after watching this. I mean, this is not how you end a YouTube video. I know, like that's very
Yeah, no, you should say please subscribe to our channel, hit the like button,
hit that bell icon.
and I would always be saying, "Well, hello channel, welcome to my guys." That's my go-to line. That's going to be there.
Yeah. And sorry, we
Cool.
are not making fun of other YouTubers. You guys are doing good. But yeah, I mean, please, guys, drop some suggestions on what you would like to see more of. Like, drop some reviews, like what we can improve. And it has been great. Thank you so much for sticking with us. We'll see you in the next one. Yeah.
Yes. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.